In my defense, I was in a bit of a book slump, okay? So I genuinely didn't think that I was going to be reading enough for me to even do a wrap-up, but Audibles did save the day. So I am going to talk about the few books that I did either listen to or read via Kindle, just because, you know, why the hell not? Let's go ahead and get into it.
I need you, yeah, I really do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. All I know is hit them all and see what damage I could do. I give you the world, but there's other planets too. And I need someone to be patient with me. Someone to get money with, not take it from me. They don't even need to be as famous as me. I don't think I meet them at the places I be, but...
Good morning, y'all. Happy sunrise. If you can hear my fan, I apologize. It is hot as hell in my office right now. I think because, you know, heat rises. It's cold outside. We got the heat on. It's hot as hell. And my office is right over the garage. Yeah, so the fan is doing its thing. I apologize if y'all can hear it. I'm sorry. I promise I'm going to be making some upgrades when it comes to my content, you know, making content and stuff like that. Just bear with me. Now, I know it's been a minute since y'all have seen me in front of this camera for real. I took the week off after doing Vlogmas for the month, okay? I had so much fun doing Vlogmas. I had such a good time. It really did challenge me. I was overwhelmed, I'm not gonna hold you, and things did go a whole nother direction than what I initially planned for it to go due to me injuring myself. But we got through it, y'all, and I'm happy about it. I'm proud about it. So if you're new here, definitely go ahead and pull up a seat, baby. Get your tea, get your, you know what I'm saying? And just get comfortable, baby, because it's chaotic over here. It's chaotic, but I promise you, you're going to enjoy the vibes because I'm a vibe. As y'all know, the motto I go by is I read books, tarot, and people. So I am going to make sure that I'm continuing to do that type of content. And I also want to continue to showcase who I am. I've been in this space now to where I'm not niching down. Like, I'm not, you know, those that's going to be a part of my tribe and that love it over here will find their way here, you know, but I'm just not niching down. I'm too much of a creative. I'm a person that loves trying new things, love experimenting with new things, new opportunities and things of that nature. So I just can't find myself. I can just no longer put myself in a box, babes, okay? So I'm not doing it. I'm not niching down. I'm not only talking about books. I'm not only turning this into like a spiritual tarot channel. I'm not doing it, okay? You're going to see the books. You're going to see the spirituality. You're going to see the day in the lives of me being a mom, me being a creative, me being a business owner, me doing homeschool, whatever have you. You're going to see all that here. If that's for you and you cool with that, continue to kick it. If it's not, I understand, babe. Sometimes, you know, it could be a little bit too much when you're looking for one particular thing. I'm not mad at it, but just going forward for me, I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, and hopefully, not even hopefully, I'm going to bring in the people that's meant to be on my channel and that's meant to vibe with me and that loves every single thing that I do from A to Z. It just is what it is. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video, y'all. This is going to be my December wrap up, okay? I know it's December 5th. We're not too behind, okay? We're not too behind. Y'all know I gotta pull up my handy dandy Goodreads app. Gotta keep track. The first book that I got was Christmas at Starbucks by Brittany Green, okay? The cover was just super cute, you know? I got this during the Black Readers Appreciation event. It's very similar to the Stuff Your Kindle days. It's just all Black authors during this time frame. So this was one of the books that I picked up, and I rated this a 3. It was a cute book, you know. I had a decent time with it, but there was just some things that I didn't like too much. I can't really remember the characters' names. I'm not going to hold you, y'all. I can't remember the characters' names, but I know it followed MMC, FMC. They met at college. I can't remember what year it was, but they met at college, and then they just never really crossed paths again like that until like a year or so later. And once they crossed paths, it was around the holiday time. The FMC worked at Starbucks and everybody was gone for the Christmas holiday. She ended up staying for whatever reason, him as well, and then they ended up just meeting up at this Starbucks, and that's where the story unfolds. It was very insta-lovey, which I don't have a problem with, because it is a short novella. Some people don't like insta-lovey books, but it didn't bother me. It was insta-lovey. It was fast-paced. It was really cute, the vibes between the two main characters. And I really, really, really enjoyed that. I even enjoyed their love story, like how they met, how they came back around and met again, how their love life grew, even down to like the generations, the generations from their parents to them to their kids and all of the things like that. I love the generational aspect of things like this book showcased. They had some like little prayers throughout the book that was really, really funny too. I enjoyed that because honestly, that's really how we be talking to God. Like for real. Like we be talking to God like God the homeboy, you know? Or homegirl, depending on how you depict God. My only negative with this book, and it's gonna sound bad, but this is just my truth. My only negative with this book was how religious it was. I'm not against religion because clearly I'm a spiritual person. I'm not against religion at all. One thing that I don't like though is when I feel like it's kind of forced down people's throats or like pushed upon people. Now granted, in the Black community, Christianity is really a thing, you know, a lot of Black people, and that's not to take away from anybody else in the world, but we were brought up on Christianity. So a lot of the things in the book made sense for the culture, but at the same time, I feel like it was just so like pushed. If you read it, you'll understand what I'm saying. I think it was kind of overkill and it was a bit repetitive. That's just my personal opinion. And that's not to take away anything because, hey, I love Big God. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, we don't got to talk about it and we ain't got to say a prayer every single chapter. That, you know, whatever. Judge me if you want. It is what it is. That's just my personal thoughts. Like, it was a decent read though. And I did, like I said, there was a lot that I did enjoy outside of that one negative, but I did rate this one 3 stars. The next book that I got into was actually an Audible, and this one was called Booked for the Holidays by Liz Maverick. Now, this is actually, I think, the 4th book that I've listened to by Liz Maverick. I just didn't realize that she was the author at the time frame, but I really did enjoy this book. Once again, don't remember the main characters' names. I do not. It did not stick with me. However, the FMC basically works for this publishing company, and one of the authors that's up under the publishing company has been late on her deadline. She's an older woman. And she's writing this like mystery series or something like that, and she was late on the deadline. So they sent the FMC to her house to figure out, hey, what's going on? And she's in a writer's block. Like, what do we need to do so we can get this book pushed out on time? Right? Here comes the MMC. The MMC is actually the grandson of said author. The story just kind of unfolds from there. So it's kind of like a grumpy sunshine. He's very, very grumpy for whatever reason. She is just like optimistic, sunshine filled. It just is what it is. And somehow they end up coming together to help said author finish the book for the deadline. And the story just unfolds from there. It was very, very cute. There was funny moments in there. There was a bit of sadness in there too, but it was a joy. I really did enjoy the banter between the characters. I enjoyed the plot and the storyline. It was very interesting. Like, I had a good time with this Audible. And it was short. I think it was only like 3 to 4 hours, so not bad at all. I actually rated this one 4 stars. The next book that we have here was also an Audible. This one is The Best Worst Christmas by Kate Forster, I believe is how you pronounce the name. So this Audible too was also a very, very quick listen. Okay, I think it was around the 3 to 4 hour time frame too, maybe 5. Now, I think I had 2 negatives with this book. One, it was third person, so it took me a minute to kind of figure out what was happening because of how the book was written, but it didn't take away from the plot and the storyline. My second thing, the FMC was annoying as hell, y'all. The FMC was basically like a woman scorned, okay? So basically this book follows, again, I don't remember the names, the MMC and the FMC. They used to date back in high school. As they got older, he went off to college. I think she went off to college too, or she started working. I can't really remember, but they ended up breaking up, okay? There's a cheating trope in this book, but it's not depicted like how you think it would be. So I don't want to spoil it. That's just all I'm going to say. A couple of years go by and they both end up back at their hometown, and come to find out both of their parents, her mother and his father or stepfather, are in a relationship together. So now it's just fucking weird, right? but they still have a whole lot of unresolved issues from their previous relationship. She's literally like a woman scorned. She is mad. She's mad, okay? So she's constantly throwing shots. She's constantly, you know, taking jabs and things of that nature. But it started to get really aggravating because it's like, sis, this literally happened like 10 years ago. I'm probably exaggerating. But like, baby girl, let it go. And again, I'm just speaking just solely because of the book, but we've all been there where we've been through some stuff or somebody has done something to us and we hold on to it and we're still angry. That's not me telling y'all like, just let the shit go. I don't know your hurt. I don't know your pain and nothing like that, okay? And if I'm in it, baby, I'm probably going to be responding and reacting the same way. Either way it goes, just reading it or listening to it, it was just like, girl, please stand up. But the banter between the two was cute. The storyline was very, very interesting. I did enjoy it. I think I rated this one a 3 though, just based off of like the third person and because she was just a little bit frustrating. So I did rate it a 3, but to me 3s are still good. I still enjoyed it, but it's not something that I'm going to actively think about until the end of time. The next book we have here, I actually rated on Kindle. This one is called A Jolly Polly Christmas in Chicago. I actually did like a small reading vlog with this one, a read with me. I did it for VLOGMAS. I'll post it there for you guys. But this one was very interesting. So this was basically a poly relationship. You had two characters that were married. I'm trying to remember what this one was. Yes, 2 characters that were married, the FMC and the MMC, and they ended up bringing in another person, so to speak. I'm gonna just leave it as that. But it was a very good read. Now, I am a person that believes in open relationships and poly relationships, especially being that I'm a bisexual woman. So this type of book is right up my alley. I love a why choose book. I love a reverse harem. I love a poly type of situation, okay? I did really enjoy the storyline in this book. It was filthy, though. I'm not gonna hold you. This was a very spicy novella, okay? And it does kind of showcase what a healthy poly relationship looks like. I enjoyed the male character because the male character was very, very understanding. You don't have a lot of males out here that is that secure within within themselves to where they're okay with their woman doing whatever it is that she wants to do, okay? And that's not to take away from anybody that just strongly believes in monogamy, because if that's your outlook on relationships, then it would make sense for you not to be okay with your woman or your significant other doing whatever it is that they feel like they want to do, right? But for somebody that is into open situations or poly situations, this does showcase a healthy type of relationship where the male is very, very soul focused on the woman's needs. He knows he's not around like that. He knows he's a workaholic. He knows that he's not really able to show up and please her in the ways that she needs. So he is okay with her getting that elsewhere because he wants her to still be happy and satisfied. And at the end of the day, he knows that he's still him. He's still the number one choice. He's still the husband. So he's not worried. He's not in his feels. He's not insecure or anything like that. He's definitely not ran by ego. And I enjoyed that aspect because a lot of the books that I read, especially in dark romance, you have the obsessive, possessive men, the like you touch her, you die type thing. And I love that too. Okay. But I love it when it all comes together. Like, be both. You know, balance both of those energies. You know, that's just me. But I did have a good time with this book, y'all. I rated this a 4-star. And I loved all of the characters. It is, like I said, extremely spicy and is extremely insta-lovey. So if those are not your tropes, if why choose is not your trope, this might not be for you. I'm just going to let you know. Don't even try to get into it if this is not something that you would be into. But for those that, you know, are interested or curious or whatever, get into it. Which brings me to the second installment, and this one is also a Jolly Polly Christmas, but this one is based off of characters in Colorado. The first one is based off of characters in Chicago. I should have said that. So the first one is written by a different author. The second one is written by B. Chanel, okay? This one I actually rated 3 stars. I enjoyed this book too. I just didn't like the miscommunication trope. It wasn't even necessarily miscommunication. It was just not communicating certain things that should have been communicated. And I didn't like that too much, but I did enjoy the characters. I did enjoy their relationship. I did enjoy the poly dynamic. And plus, the man in this book was a trick, baby. Like, he was spending that money. He did not care. Like, baby, whatever you want, you got it. Like, yes, baby. Yes. I'm not even a materialistic person, but baby, if you gonna spend it, spoil me. I'm not mad at it. This one did have a lot more heartbreak in it, though. The first one did have a heartbreak moment, I believe. No, I lied. This one, yeah, this one had the heartbreaks. There's a lot of sad moments in this book. I'm not going to lie to you, but there is a happy ending, so that's all that matters. The next book that I got into was actually another Audible. This one was called Not Another Christmas Rom-Com by AJ Pine. I actually listened to this on the way to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta for Christmas, or for the Christmas holiday, so to speak. We didn't celebrate Christmas out there, but I listened to it while I was driving out there. That's really what I'm trying to say. I really did have a good time with this book. This book reminded me of something that was supposed to be like a movie, like a Hallmark Christmas movie. The cliche stuff, the cringiness of it all, the overkill of Christmas spirits, you know, like somebody just threw up Christmas all over it. That's what it was giving. And I personally enjoyed it. The banter between the two, absolutely outrageous. The banter between the families, absolutely outrageous. I had such a good time with this book. Once again, I don't remember the character names, y'all. I do not. But the way that this book started off, these two characters, the FMC and the MMC, they met each other at the airport because they're both headed somewhere to celebrate Christmas or whatever the case may be. They end up on the plane. They're drunk. They're telling each other their secrets and things of that nature. And then when they get off the plane and go their separate ways, they end up in the same household because their families are merging. The FMC's sister is marrying the MMC's brother. So now it's kind of like a forbidden romance type of situation, but literally everybody in the family is carrying these secrets, okay? Now, granted, some of the secrets you're able to kind of pinpoint and figure out, right? But then there's other secrets that you were not prepared for. It's like, damn, I didn't see that coming. So it was really, really cute. I had such a good time with this book. I think I rated it 4 stars. I did. I rated this one 4 stars. The next book that we have here is Gifted to His Dad by Jessa Wilder. Baby, this was interesting. This book was interesting. I rated this one 3 stars. I did have a good time with it, but the FMC was a little bit annoying. She had somewhat of a low self-esteem, which is expected. You know, I don't knock people that have low self-esteems, but it was just like, I don't know. I like my characters, my main female characters, to have some type of character development throughout the books, and there really wasn't much character development in her character, but I didn't dislike her character, right? I just wanted to see more growth within her character, and there I didn't get that. So yeah, but essentially this follows the FMC and the MMC. They're in a relationship. They're going off to a cabin to spend Christmas, and she's getting ready to meet his stepdad. And the stepdad and the stepson have a weird relationship. It's not a sexual relationship. That would be weird. Not necessarily, because they're not related at all. There's no blood ties. But either way it goes, if we're just looking at the, you know, the surface level aspect of it, then people would consider it weird. But either way it goes, they don't have a sexual relationship, but their relationship is really, really close, that they just feel like they should share everything. And at this point, that sharing everything would be the MMC's girlfriend. And that's basically how the story goes. I don't want to get all up and through it, but I did enjoy the dynamic because, again, a lot of times you don't see men comfortable within themselves to be in that space to allow a woman to have the needs that she desires. So I did enjoy that aspect of the book. So yeah, I had a good time. I did rate it 3 stars. And the last book that we have here is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. Okay, now a lot of people hated this book. I saw the reviews, and I understood it. Like, I understood why people hated it. However, I'm not one of those people. Y'all. I had such a good time with this book. I actually listened to this on Audible as well, and I'm not disappointed. Somebody on TikTok told me to listen to the Audible since I was in a book slump. I had such excuse me, I had such a good time with this book, y'all. It was funny. It's right up there with the other book that I just told y'all about, the Not Another Rom-Com Christmas or whatever, the Audible. Perfect. If they made this into a movie, I would eat it up. Like, perfect cliche Christmas holiday. Is giving like the Grinch low-key. It's sunshine. It's grumpy sunshine. It's like past love. They had crushes on each other as kids, and then they have this like animosity now that they're older. It's just a whole thing. There is like a sad story behind it too, but the book was funny. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I kikied. I giggled. The spice was crazy. My only negative with this book was that candy cane scene. The infamous candy cane scene. Baby, infections are real. Y'all can't be doing all that. Fiction or not, y'all can't be doing all that. Either way it goes, I really, really, really and truly enjoyed this book. I thought it was such a fun time. But I get why people hate it. I think this is one of those books is like whether you really, really like it or you really, really hate it. There is no in between with this.
I love you.
I love you too.
That's why I want to be in here.
But I'm working.
I won't be too loud.
Go sit over there.
Mommy, I'm going to put a plaster.
No. Don't touch that right now. I apologize, y'all. Y'all know I got kids, okay? So just ignore them like I be trying to do, please. Those were all the books I read. Wait a minute. How many books was that? How many books? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I did 8 books in the month of December, y'all. I'm actually shocked because, like I said, book slump. But I've noticed them audibles, baby. Them audibles be helping. When you in that book slump and you just can't figure out how to get out of it with a physical book, them audibles be helping. Just throw them headphones on while you cleaning, while you driving, whatever the case may be. I promise you, the audibles will help get you out them book slumps every single time, babes. And it helped me. So I actually got through 8 books in the month of December. Happy because definitely was not expected at all. That completes my December wrap up, y'all. That's all I got. I have no clue what I'm really about to get into for January, to be completely honest. I did already read 1 book, and the second book that I started, I'm on the verge of DNF and I'm not having a good time with it. And the fact that I just got out of a book slump, I'm not trying to go backwards, babes. So I might just go ahead and get that shit on out of here. Not gonna hold you. But I don't really have a TBR for January. The books that I wanted to read, I kind of had to put on pause because it's supposed to be a buddy read. So now I'm just really winging it, and we just gonna see how January goes for us, okay? But that is all, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you for tuning in once again. And if you enjoyed the vibes, babes, go ahead, please subscribe, okay? Do that for your girl. Drop down in the comments. Let's chit chat. Let's kiki. Let's have a good time. Y'all know I love to interact with y'all. But outside of that, I love y'all. I will catch y'all in the next video, okay? Bye.